For more than 40 years, Jaguar has played an important role in the IAF's inventory as a deep strike penetration strike aircraft. Today, in the first part of two-part series, we'll learn about the history of the Jaguar in IAF. Mid-1968, when Jaguar was still a prototype, Sepcat approached IAF and made the first formal offer of Jaguar to India. The jet was offered at an amazingly low cost. The IAF was little reluctant earlier towards the Jaguar as it saw the homegrown HF-24 Marut could fulfill the requirements. But that faded away as the project to power the jet with supersonic flight-capable engines failed. Still, IAF was skeptical towards the Jaguar as the first customer. Because of past experience with Folland GNAT, the IAF was aware that the Jaguar had difficulty during single-engine overshoots. Dry thrust was insufficient while full burner produced too much thrust. A modulated reheat or afterburner named part throttle reheat (PTR) was being developed. Although the IAF stated they would like to use the engines for the HF-24 Marut, but that was not going to occur as the Avionics 102 engines of the Jaguar was still facing problems with its afterburner. India's search for a new DPSA attracted several manufacturers. France offered the Mirage F1, Sweden offered the Saab 37 Vision. As with many defense contracts, the program saw many lobbying, each promoting their own jets. The IAF still was firm that its operational requirements could only be met by a twin-engine platform. Following the 1965 Indo-Pak War, both the UK and US imposed restrictions on military sales to India. The Vision's reliance on American-designed engines raised fears that future US sanctions could cut the supply of spare parts off. Similar concerns existed with the British, but were eased after British PM James Callaghan personally assured that UK would not impose future sanctions affecting Jaguar support. After the emergency ended and the Janata Party formed the government, the DPSA procurement gathered momentum. In March 1978, an Indian delegation headed by Jian Prakash, then Defense Secretary, flew to France, Sweden, and UK to examine their jet offerings. Based on the team's findings, the government chose to move forward with the Jaguar. On 6 October 1978, the government officially announced the Jaguar as the real winner of the DPSA competition. In April 1979, the UK and India signed formal agreements that covered the purchase of 130 Jaguar jets, with the British Aerospace BAE responsible for supplying the first 35 Jaguars as direct supply DS variants of aircraft. The program provided substantial work for the British aerospace industry and generated significant employment. After completion of delivery of these aircrafts, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited (HAL) began license production at its Bangalore facility. To accelerate the aircraft's induction, the Royal Air Force (RAF) through BAE offered to loan the IAF 18 Jaguars, including two trainer variants. This allowed IAF pilots, engineers, and ground crew to begin conversion training. In addition, the RAF agreed to train 12 Indian pilots, engineers, and technicians at its bases. Wing Commander Dr. Nadkarni was picked to command Number 14 Squadron, which became the first Jaguar unit. The wing commander, along with other three experienced pilots, arrived in London on February 26, 1979. When Indira Gandhi returned to power in 1980, the Jaguar deal was briefly scrutinized. Her son Sanjay Gandhi believed the Saab 37 Vision was the better aircraft and suspected the previous government had influenced the IAF's decision. After reviewing the Air Force's evaluation records, however, he found that the IAF had consistently preferred the Jaguar because it best met the DPSA requirements. Following Sanjay Gandhi's death in June 1980, the controversy ended and the program continued without interruption. The first two Jaguars, one trainer and one single-seat fighter, arrived in India on 27 July 1979 after a week-long ferry flight from Wharton, UK, via France, Italy, Malta, Cyprus, and Oman. Wing Commander Dr. Nathkarni accompanied the flight, and the aircraft reached Ambala 2 days later. Except for the first few aircraft flown by the British Aerospace test pilots, all remaining loaned and 35 direct supply DS variant Jaguars were ferried by IAF pilots. Early flights passed through Baghdad, but after the outbreak of the Iran-Iraq War, the route was changed via Egypt. The Jaguars advanced NAVWASS or NAVWASS avionics were a key reason for its selection, but the system proved unreliable. The IAF had already rejected it during HF-24 trials in 1975, yet the first few Jaguars arrived with the same equipment. When Britain offered the export variants of the Ferranti FIN-1024E navigation system, which had inferior gyros instead of the RAF standard model, India chose to develop its own solution, later becoming the DARIN avionics system, which we are going to cover next.